Pam Bondi's Department of Justice was forced to tell a judge this week that, oopsie-doo, we made a massive mistake, but don't worry, because we totally tried to retroactively fix the mistake, even though all of the damage from that particular mistake has already been caused and can't be undone. So here's what happened. The DOJ admitting to the judge that, yes, we planted a whole field of oopsie daisies was due to the prosecution that Alina Habba is, of course, trying to continue with, even though courts have told her, you can't do this, you weren't legally appointed. But it's the prosecution of Democratic Representative LaMonica MacIver, who, of course, was arrested, indicted by Alina Habba for trying to go visit the migrant detention facility in New Jersey, where she is, representative. She's allowed to do that, but she was turned away. They indicted her for obstructing officers, even though they weren't in the building. Like, the officers weren't doing anything officer-like. In fact, the video seems to show the officers roughing up the Democratic delegation, but nevertheless, they indicted her. And before they indicted her, they tainted the jury pool pretty significantly, and that's the part that the DOJ had to admit in a court filing this week that, yeah, we accidentally did that because official government accounts, multiple official government accounts, Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Justice, tweeted out demonizing these Democrats, trying to paint them as criminals before we even indicted them. Let me read you this. Homeland Security, their official social media account, among other things, posted on Twitter that, quote, Delaney Hall Detention Center houses the worst of the worst. This stunt by sanctuary lawmakers puts the safety of our law enforcement agents and detainees at risk. So, MacIver's lawyers put this in their filing to try to get the whole thing dismissed as a politically motivated prosecution. And the reason for that is because if this goes to trial, would be a jury trial. The Department of Homeland Security, an official government account, already told all of the potential jurors these people put law enforcement lives at risk. So that's prejudicial. You cannot do that. You cannot have the prosecutors or anybody affiliated with them come out and make bold statements like that, statements of fact, before you've even indicted somebody, or even after you've indicted somebody. You can't do it. You can't speak publicly about it because, again, that taints the potential jury pool. And because they did that, MacIver's lawyers are trying to say, look, it's obviously politically motivated. They did it to score political points, and that's what they're doing here with these social media posts. But in their filing this week, the DOJ was like, no. Everything's totally cool now because we deleted probably all of the tweets. So, our hands are clean now. We can move forward with the prosecution. That's their defense. We've gone back and deleted the tweets. But you can't delete it from people's brains, right? You can't delete everybody's screenshots of those, which live forever. You put it out there. The damage was done. You intentionally tainted this jury pool, and it is what it is. It's obvious that this is a political prosecution, but I got to tell you, even if MacIver's lawyers are not able to get it dismissed on those grounds, there's still a very, very large chance that the whole thing's going to be thrown out anyway, because again, it was brought by a U.S. attorney, Alina Habba, who has been told by courts, you're legally not the U.S. attorney. She's already being challenged in court right now by other defendants that are like, hey, she wasn't legally appointed. This indictment against me can't stand. And some of these people are like real, like they should be indicted, but they're probably going to go free as well because Trump wants Alina Habba to be the U.S. attorney, but apparently nobody else does. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, And we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.